ISSA member. How has how has it influenced your career?
Actually, ISSA probably made my career.
Really?
Yeah, I was working at Digital Equipment Corporation, name from the past, years ago, and I got involved in the local chapter and started doing stuff there, and became chapter vice president and president and treasurer and everything else, and then got asked to be on the international board to fill a vacancy, and then got elected to various and sundry positions there. And it's really what I think made the difference. A lot of the folks I worked with back at Digital, some of them were considerably smarter than I was, and some of them were, very high quality security people. But I think it was that visibility that the ISSA gave me that made the big difference in my career, and exposed me to a bunch of people that I never would have met otherwise, which made me a lot smarter, and exposed me to a lot of situations and circumstances that were very, very helpful, and especially the contacts I had and people I could pick up the phone and just call because I'd met so many people through the ISSA. It was a major, major difference for me. So.
And what about as far as, so from Digital to now, what has been the most memorable moment or exciting moment, influential even, in your career so far?
Oh, I don't know. A lot of it, it's all been fun, and it's a really exciting career space. There's just amazing new stuff coming on. I mean, you start getting into the Internet of Things and the security issues associated with that now, and it's just fascinating. It's like I quote retired in 2012, and I'm still doing this.
Yeah.
And it's in your blood, and it's a really fascinating space to be in. There's always something new and interesting to do. There's always significant challenges to be looked at and figured out how to deal with, and it's an amazing world, an amazing profession.
And last question is, where do you see the information security profession going in like 5 years or farther out?
A year ago, I would have said it much more risk. One of the reasons I went to Washington Mutual was I worked with the chief risk officer there, and I got an incredibly good education on how to look at security from a risk perspective. I think that's one of the key areas that needs to grow into. Technologies and the sophistication level is much higher than it was when I got into it. They handed me a VAX at Digital and said, here, learn VMS, and then they handed me another one and said, here, learn Ultrix, and that's how I learned. And you can't really do that today. So it's much more of a, what's the stuff you want to focus on, and what are the specialties you want to get into? And there are a number of them now, but that's just another thing that makes security profession really interesting. There's a wide range of specialties you can get yourself involved in. And I think probably the biggest thing was both at WAMU and at eBay, I was able to come in and take a relatively, new, young organization and make it much more mature and much more effective. And that's a cool feeling. Because the only way you can do it is through building a team. And it was the team that did all the work and the team that should have gotten the glory, and I'm glad they did. And but it's a really satisfying thing to do that too, and take people with skills and show them how to do things, and give them the opportunity to go try things and fall on their face once in a while and still be successful. So.
Well, thank you so much for your time.